What's going on, guys? I have the part 2 of the Lucha review. This is the Kershaw Lucha Flytanium edition with the new aluminum handles that were released not too long ago, about a week ago, maybe less. So, first impressions, it makes it look a lot cooler, I'll tell you that. Green was definitely my favorite color. Flytanium offered a wide variety of colors to pick from. I believe it was red, blue, black, purple, green, of course. I might be spacing on one or two more, but if you're really interested, you can go to their website and check it out for yourself. These only cost $100, as opposed to the titanium handles that Flytanium makes. Those cost about $145. So that was a good selling point for these. The fact that they are $99 instead of $145, like you're buying a mod for the Lucha that doesn't cost more than the actual knife, which is nice if you ask me. So the installation of these wasn't terribly hard. I can provide you guys with some better instructions if you want to know. I would say that the hardest part maybe is just, holding your bearings inside of the like pivot placement on the blade. You want to hold that in there and then kind of slide it through with the pivot sex bolt already through with the washer on it. And then once you have it in, you're going to push that sex bolt up through. And you're going to have it just so it's like right there. And then you're going to slip your top washer on. But yeah, if you guys really want to know how to do it, I'll just take it apart and make a separate video on that. But yeah, let's give you guys a better look here. It's a really nice kind of sparkly, like matte green. Let me turn on my flash here so you guys can see. Oh yeah, that makes it look way cooler. Wow. Okay, let's give it some basic flips. Okay, so first impressions. It's way lighter now. If you probably couldn't guess for yourself, the weight has been dropped to about 4.6 ounces, 4.5 from 5.9. That is a night and day difference, and it just glides now. I really had no interest in keeping it on the stock scales. So, I think I can give you a little bit of a reference here. In my other video, I was talking about how freaking big this thing is. And, one second, guys. The stock Lucha handles, about that big. So yeah, these handles make it even bigger, which I have no problem with whatsoever. It is a very big knife, but there's lots of real estate to work with. The tolerances, I have them down pretty good right now. I mean, they're not perfect because out the box Lucha tolerances were perfect. I mean, it was literally unmovable as far as handle play comes. Now, I'm sure I could get it better. I know people who have gotten it better, but I mean, there's no tap. I really don't mind where it's at. To get better tolerances, I heard Flytanium actually said this in an email to a buddy of mine. You have to, when it's just the handle, you have to pinch the top of that handle right there where the pivot screws go in. And just a teeny bit, and apparently it closes it, making it somewhat tighter. They said the aluminum is somewhat malleable, so I guess it's possible to bend it a teeny bit, but don't go overboard with it. Honestly, if you want it to get perfect, you're gonna have to take it apart several times, which can kind of be a pain, and squeeze it, whatever, put it back together. Essentially, you want it so when you're putting in that last washer, it's a pain to do it. Like, you want it so you have to really force it in there. So I know I've kind of talked a bit about installation, even though I said I wasn't. But hey, it's a part of the process, right? Let's do some flips. Okay. That was kind of out of shot. It's honestly a pretty badass flipper. I didn't flip it a whole lot with the stock scales. I didn't find it incredibly hard to hit these moves on the stock scales, but I tell you, it's a whole lot easier with the new aluminum handles. The rollovers, index rolls, all really nice. The sound it makes is pretty nice too. I'm not the biggest fan of the like the kind of bouncy close, It's not terrible either. It's better than stock. So, I'm sure with those perfect tightened down tolerances, it would be, maybe a little bit better. So first impressions, just so much lighter. I mean, it's beautiful looking, and handles a little bit longer. I definitely don't think you can go wrong with these. I mean, they're an upgrade in every sense of the word, and the $100 isn't terrible for them. So I will say though, I'm not, completely blown away. Like, I kind of had this idea in my head that when I would get it, it would just be this like just game-changing butterfly knife for the price. And while it is a great flipper, and I'm sure you can still kind of abuse the aluminum, probably not as well as you could the titanium. I have a feeling that they'll hold up. So, not super blown away by them. I think maybe that's because I'm not a huge fan of the bearings. I've come to kind of notice that I'm just not really liking how like the operation of the bearings. It's I don't know how to describe it, but like compared to bushings, like it's just not as smooth. Like, when you're flipping with bushings on the Tac 2, let's just say, it's like freaking butter. But, I'm not comparing a Tac 2 to a Lucha. I'm just, like, you get the idea. It's the same with reps and ABs and anything else on bushings. The last thing I kind of want to say that's negative about it is, it's kind of like a cheap feel. Before you had these really heavy, super solid feeling stainless steel handles, and the whole thing just felt like this just like a piece in your hand, you know, just this like really big, massive, heavy thing. And with the aluminum, it just feels a little bit cheaper because obviously aluminum, you know, might be cheaper realistically. Um, I don't know, like it just shows so much more that it's on bearings with these aluminum handles than it did with the stainless steel. I don't know if that makes sense. You might have to kind of flip one to feel it for yourself. Maybe I'm just kind of tripping, but the aluminum handles and the bearings just kind of has a not so premium feel. Just not as smooth, you know. It's just like almost kind of like a clunking feel. So take that with the pretty big grain of salt, because it's not clunky by any means. Okay, it's 4.5 ounces. That's just a kind of way I could describe it. And you know, also these tolerances could get a little bit better. But yeah, I think I'm running a little bit long here, but I feel like I've given a pretty good overview of, you know, what this thing kind of entails. To sum it up, it's definitely an upgrade. There's no way around it. It's still, you know, like going to be a $200 Bally. Still a lot of bang for your buck there. I would probably save up like 50 bucks more and get a Kraken if you can from a squid drop. I mean, if you're going to go with a aluminum Bally, I would get one with bushings. But great looking handles. Flytanium did an awesome job on the design. Really cool product. I love that there's a bunch of different colors to choose from. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you have Flytanium handles. I haven't seen a whole lot of other reviews up yet. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Merry Christmas.